Why does this thing exist? Is it worth paying full price for what's basically last year's model, even though there's nothing different except for this color? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest, it hurts. If this is your first time here, then thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So here's the question. Is this red iPhone 8 Plus and its smaller iPhone 8 brethren anywhere near worth buying? Why does it even exist? Why would you, as a company, decide to offer a late in the cycle new paint job for a phone that's going to be, well, kind of is, but definitely in a few months going to be old news? Is this phone in any way different than the iPhone 8 Plus that you could get before a couple of weeks ago? Any new features? Anything like that? Is it discounted? No. It's red. Let's take a look at a clip from the new Apple ad that advertises this phone. I mean, look at that. Look how sexy. The colors are rich, very inviting, but they're not selling you the phone in that commercial. They sold you the phone like 6 months ago. They're not selling you a phone at this point. From a practical standpoint, there's no reason to buy this phone, particularly if you already have an iPhone. The ad doesn't even show anybody using the phone, so it clearly isn't about the utility of the device. I'm old enough to remember when phones hung on the wall or sat on the end table or the nightstand. They were boring colors like tan and off-white. In my kitchen, we had the flashiest color I can think of, avocado. They weren't fashion accessories. They were utilitarian devices. So it rings, you pick it up, you say hello, you talk to the person, hang it up, or you pick it up and you dial it. You know what I'm talking about. So what has happened between the good old days and now that can somehow incite people to buy a new version of a phone that only has a new color? Now, clearly, I did in fact fall for this. And that's what brought up the question. Why? Like, what is it? How does this work? It doesn't do anything different. I already had an iPhone 10. So why is it I felt that I had to have this? Apple, with this phone and many other devices that they sell, I mean, they're not selling you a phone. They're selling you aesthetics. They're selling you style, bling, whatever you want to call it. The actual function of the phone has nothing to do with whether or not you buy this phone. It looks amazing. I mean, it is honestly like the best looking iPhone I've ever seen. Apple does colors better than any manufacturer out there. And you can disagree with me if you want. Go ahead. But you're wrong. For people who might buy this phone, they've been hanging around with the older colors, you know, those boring iPhones that were like space gray and some kind of peachy white and, all that stuff for like 6 months. And that's old news, those colors. And then you get a thing like this and it's like blam, bam. The draw of this phone is the same thing as like when you see that new pair of shoes that you like, or you go out and buy yourself some jewelry. If you buy yourself a fancy new car and you already have a car, you're likely not buying the fancy new car, especially if it's candy apple red like this, for its utility. You might tell yourself that you are, but you're not. We don't buy the product red iPhone 8/8 Plus because it's an iPhone 8/8 Plus. We buy it because it's red. No, it doesn't matter that like in less than 6 months a new phone is going to be out and this is going to be old news. It is current. It is sexy. Okay, so we've established here that this thing has no additional utility compared to the phones that were already available for sale. What I really want to know is, are smartphones really tools that we use to assist us in our daily lives, or are they accessories that we fetishize and worship as extensions of our personalities? Is it a little bit of both? Or are we all just lambs to the slaughter, led to the abattoir by that cunning trespasser the almighty ad machine. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I mean, clearly, I fell victim to the wiles of the product red iPhone this year. Did I need it? Hell no. Did I want it? Hell yes. It became precious to me, drew me closer and closer until I had purchased it, even though I had no real good reason to do so. Why does this thing exist? And what makes us buy it? Do you buy it? I bought it. So let's talk down in the comments. This was your first time here and you made it all the way to this point. Why don't you think about liking and subscribing to the channel and bell notifying yourself so you know when I put up some new stuff. And maybe share this out with some of your friends. Say, hey, I found this cool or old new guy. And if you've been here before, you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you very much. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech, so honest, it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.